A Catalan opening, a sophisticated choice for white.
It's all about that long diagonal pressure. White wants to squeeze black slowly, rather than blow the doors off early.
Black responds with d5, and white has already tucked the bishop away on g2.
Exactly, the fianchetto is the heart of the Catalan. It creates a permanent tension across the board.
White plays car4, immediately challenging the c4 pawn.
It's a bit provocative. White is saying, I'm happy to let you have the pawn if it means I get an active queen and targets on your queenside.
And there it is, the knight sacrifice on c6.
A classic thematic strike. By forcing the b-pawn to capture, white ruins black's structure and creates a permanent weakness on c6.
Black brings the bishop to d7, trying to stabilize.
Well, that's one way to put it. In reality, black is just trying to keep the center from collapsing under the weight of that knight on e5.
A rapid sequence of trades. The bishop takes on d7 and the queen recaptures.
Simplification. White is removing the defenders to make the structural damage on c6 more apparent.
Black pushes f5, a bold attempt to seize space.
It's an aggressive pivot. Black knows they can't win a slow game, so they're trying to create their own complications on the kingside.
The bishop slides to g5, pinning the knight.
A subtle move. It's not just a pin, it's about restricting black's coordination before the storm hits.
The queen moves to a8, stepping out of the way.
Black is playing a waiting game here, hoping white overextends, but the pressure is starting to mount.
A rook sacrifice on c1, a daring gamble to break the tension.
Look at the heat map. It's a complete deadlock now. Red and blue are fighting for every inch of ground.
The rook settles on b3, a very active square.
It's a nuisance. That rook is a thorn in white's side, cutting off the king and eyeing the queenside pawns.
White captures on h4, the kingside is opening up.
A risky decision. White accepts a compromised pawn structure to eliminate black's attacking momentum.
The rook penetrates to h3, black is knocking on the door.
The blue is bleeding into the white territory. If white isn't careful, this game could flip in a matter of moves.
A surprising bishop sacrifice on e5.
A tactical necessity. White needs to clear the center and open the d-file, even at the cost of a piece.
And black takes the pawn on h2, the king is feeling the heat.
It looks scary, but the attack is running out of steam. The rook is deep, but it's starting to look like a stranded piece.
White offers up the rook on a4, a surprising sacrifice.
Trading off the last of black's counterplay, white is cleaning up the board to prepare for the final push.
The rook moves to f8, a defensive repositioning.
Black is trying to shore up the back rank, but the initiative has shifted. White is now the one dictating the tempo.
The queen moves to a4, centralizing the power.
The queen is a conductor here. She's coordinating the final assault on the weakened black king.
Black plays c6, attempting to lock things down.
A bit too late. The structural holes are too large to plug now.
The queen captures on e6, the center is gone.
That's the knockout blow. Black's position just evaporated.
The bishop takes on f6, trading down into the endgame.
When you're winning, you trade pieces, not pawns. White is simplifying the path to victory.
The rook moves to b3, supporting the b-pawn.
The endgame is a race. White's b-pawn is a runaway train, and black has no way to stop it.
The pawn march continues. White is just a few squares away from glory.
It's a slow-motion execution. Black is forced to watch as the pawn rolls down the board.
The pawn promotes to a queen on b8, then another on h8.
Overkill but satisfying. White is ensuring there's absolutely no chance of a stalemate.